The belief in soulmates, the idea that there's a perfect person for you out there, in fact, is setting you up for frustration. While Soulmates is great for books and selling movies, it in fact sets us up to chase fantasy, and therefore we're rejecting reality.
The soulmate myth, while it's romantic, taps into our longing, our desire for certainty in relationships. But it is a setup because then we're disappointed when the real actual person shows up at our doorstep. So I know we're breaking the fantasy today, but this video is going to help you get your feet on the ground so that you know what it takes to create long-lasting and healthy relationships.
So grab a drink and your notebook and let's begin. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, we're Jeff and Ellen, life and relationship coaches, helping people find more connection and joy every day.
Okay, so why was today Soulmate Day? Why are we talking about soulmates this week?
For two reasons. One, because it's a topic that I hear about from clients on a regular basis, but it's also one that I have experience with too, where I have found myself, before I met you, wishing and hoping for a soulmate and wanting to believe in this idea of this fantasy person, this one right person. And now looking back, that fantasy has actually caused me more pain, more relationship challenges, more ups and downs, emotional ups and downs and turmoil than it has actually helped me.
Yeah, I think that's a common pursuit that, men and women are looking to find the one.
Yeah.
And then they find someone that they think is the one. And then this person doesn't live up to that ideal. And it's like, oh, I picked wrong again. And then, but now you're in this relationship. And you're like, oh, I've obviously picked wrong. He's not the one or she's not the one because we're now arguing.
Yeah.
There's no more fireworks. The honeymoon is not here. It's gone. So, I must have been delusional back then.
You couldn't possibly be my soulmate then, because my soulmate, we would get each other. We would just fall into life. And we would work, we'd want to work on everything.
Well, and the cue the soundtrack of the music and the sun setting, which is really good. And maybe we're wearing horseback or something.
You've watched a lot of rom-coms.
And it pans out. And then we get that you complete me.
Yeah, it's, I think it's the idea that if we find the right person, relationship will be easy. Because there's such a mystery around how do you do relationships? How do you have one that lasts? How do you have one that doesn't break up?
And the movie usually ends when they go into the sunset. The movie ends when someone gets married. If we just cut to that scene, then you'd start to see that relationships actually are built. Like anything good and worthwhile in your life, it takes time.
You have to work at it.
And a relationship is no different.
So in this video, we're going to help you with realizing what makes a great relationship and how to debunk the soulmate myth.
Because we had to learn this ourselves. And everything we're covering today were hard lessons won by the effort, by the efforts we've done. So we want to share with you because these are the same things we share with our clients. Number one is ordinary moments. The myth is that all of our time together needs to be celebration, fireworks, Disney, roller coaster rides, adrenaline rushes.
Well, it's extraordinary because Soulmates isn't an extraordinary event. I mean, it's the one.
And our life should be superlative all the time. And the truth is that when we let go of the performing and the selling, and we recognize...
And the high expectation that what we do is better than the standard relationship. Like we feel more deeply, we get each other better, our experiences are just more intensified.
Than other people. When that comparison kind of goes out the window and we let that go and we recognize that life is just happening, that's not things going wrong, that's that your nervous system is relaxing, that the real you is coming out and you're shedding that kind of skin.
Because any long-term relationship will not be able to sustain high levels of excitement. Actually, once the dopamine wears off, once some of that oxytocin levels out, and the romantic stage is over, which is in about 6 months, after we meet.
Yeah.
Then it moves into a quieter stage of existence, and this is where the everyday, the mundane. I mean, think about How many Tuesdays have we had now?
Yeah. So the tool is to reframe from life being, oh, boring, it's not as exciting anymore, to let it be labeled as it's normal. It's normal for you to sit in silence. It's normal to be comfortable that your nervous system is relaxing in the presence of each other.
And having a partner that you can just be with is the best find of all.
Number 2 is if you guys have a desire for real communication. The soulmate myth is that we just get each other, that we see eye to eye.
What am I thinking now?
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly. We get each other, we're in sync, and that we never fight because we're always living in harmony about that. And
that if there's conflict,
Uh-oh.
it's a sign that we actually can't have this special connection. Maybe we're not soulmates. I would begin to question, maybe you're not my soulmate, because my soulmate and I wouldn't
we're
feel...
experiencing trouble.
Yeah, and I wouldn't feel off from you in this
No.
way, when in fact conflict is inevitable, it's natural, and actually it's healthy.
Yes.
It's not a sign of an unhealthy relationship. It might be a sign that you need to improve your skills on how to move through conflict together.
Mm-hmm.
But conflict itself is not a sign that your relationship isn't meant to be.
Yeah, conflict is really the sign of something trying to come to the surface, to emerge through the soil so that you can look at it and say, we want to talk about this difference because it's propelling us to become more, to find a resolution from the poles of the extremes that we are. So the presence of conflict is kind of like a thumbs up, like, yes, your relationship is progressing. So the tool is learning some conflict negotiation skills, learning how to argue properly so that your arguments aren't destructive, they're productive. And this is how we start with all couples, is learning some conflict management skills. But also, what are you doing when you're not fighting?
Yeah.
How are you engaging? And that engagement also requires learning some communication skills.
How are you building that connection and friendship when you're not in conflict?
Quick pause. If you're vibing with this conversation, you're thinking, man, I wish I had someone I could talk to about this sort of thing. That is literally why we have created our JoyNOW community.
It's our online community where we have weekly group coaching sessions. It's a space where you can share what's going on in your life and a crew of people who get it because they're doing the same work.
We're going to help you break free from old patterns that are keeping you stuck so you can co-create more joy in your life for yourself, with your partner, and frankly, your whole life.
It's basically like a gym membership, but for your relationships and your joy. So the link is in the description below.
We'd love to have you there.
Number 3 is shared vision and values. In other words, promoting team.
The myth in Soulmates is that we will always see eye to eye. We won't disagree. We have the same point of view, same perspective on all of our life. But really what that is, it just means that one of us is not needed here.
One of us is redundant. Not to mention, it's actually an impossibility.
Mm-hmm.
We are always going to differ from someone in not just one way, but many ways on our values or our approach to life because we had different upbringings and we're different people.
Yeah. So this is, again, more learning communication skills so that you can negotiate your differences. It's important to have conversations about the important topics that matter to you so that you guys can be on the same page. Things like
raising children, what about finances and money?
Are we having children? The approach to parenting. Who has influence on our relationship? Does your family have a say? Does my family? Do my friends?
How do we approach intimacy?
For sure. Spirituality, religion. How do we celebrate
work-life balance?
Yeah, how do we celebrate weekends and holidays? All these things.
There's a whole huge list. And if bringing those things up is problematic because you don't know how to communicate effectively with your partner, and it turns into arguments because these value-based topics can really get heated fast and can challenge a relationship, then who wouldn't want to dream about a soulmate where you get me, I get you, and our values...
my God.
We can just get to the good stuff. We don't have to have these hard, tumultuous conversations.
We don't have to talk about any of that stuff. Magic wand time, for sure.
So syncing up with your values and as a team happens because you do the work to hear each other, to learn about each other, and to work on it together.
If we're focusing just on two individuals, that's just cohabitating. Creating team means it becomes our shared vision, our future that we both want to create together. That's teamwork. That's not individual players.
Number 4 is about wanting to build a secure relationship.
The myth, again, is that soulmates will just get each other and that we will be together forever because it's meant to be.
And therefore, I can relax now because I found my soulmate and we're each other's one and only. There's nowhere else to go. There's no one who you will connect with as well as you connect with me.
Therefore, I don't have to do any effort.
Nope.
Because no effort needed. We just take me as I am. That's it. When reality, building a secure relationship does take time because we have to learn where are the boundaries. Where are your boundaries? What are the non-negotiables?
Well, I think it's even in what you said, building a secure relationship. It didn't say being granted a secure relationship. Mm-hmm. You have to build a secure relationship, and you build security over time. There's no such thing as instant security. It's building the friendship and choosing to turn toward each other in times of crisis, in times of being triggered, in times of challenging conversations. It's not even just in those big moments where you have the expectation, when I'm really in need, that, yes, important, build security, but it's little things like if I'm carrying the groceries in and I yell in and I'm like, hey, hon, can you come out and help? And you stop what you're doing and you come and say, yeah, sure, I'll come and help. That tells me you see me, you're there for me, you have my back.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer that the best relationships have a strong foundation of friendship underneath of them. And that only comes with time and learning how to be the best friend for each other. And number 5 is growing together, having a desire to grow and acknowledging that growth is happening. The myth is that being a soulmate, I show up, finished product. This is it.
You're my soulmate. We connect. It's perfect.
I have arrived. This is who I am.
We're done.
And
let's just play now.
Yeah, and I don't change. When in truth, there is so much research now showcasing that our personalities do change over time. And acknowledging that our partner will change, that means that, you may like vanilla ice cream this year and maybe in the future you won't. You might like something different. And to not judge your growth and change, but to celebrate that growth.
Yeah, because
and I think that's
really
what the challenges of long-term relationships is, that people have this idea that, oh, I know my partner now, there's nothing to learn. But because we're always changing, that's the exciting part, is that every year you're a new person.
Well, you know me today, but you don't know who I will be in the future. I don't even know who I will be in the future, so how could you possibly know? And it's about journeying together to be on the ride of who we unfold and become. Mm-hmm. It's not about a static operation, that who we meet, this is our personalities carved in stone. But in fact, it's quite flexible.
So the tool is to reframe that growth should be happening and to celebrate the changing nature of not just the relationship, but the individuals within it as well.
And it's that growth and growing together and discovering new versions of each other that keep the relationship fresh, alive, and exciting.
So when we stop trying to find that magical, mythical one person, we open ourselves up to realize there's lots of people out there that can be a potential really good partner. And that's where the work begins, the effort that goes into building and co-creating a healthy relationship.
So if you like this video, consider subscribing. We share content like this every week.
And check out this next video to keep the good times rolling.